Folks, in a weary year, we need to make joy contagious. Oh. Let's think about that a little bit. There's nothing more natural in life than to share an experience of beauty. You see a beautiful sunset, a beautiful starry sky, you see beautiful icicles, a beautiful person, you hear a beautiful song, you enjoy a delicious dish, you see a great movie, read a great book, and what's the first thing you do? Well, actually the second thing you do, because the first thing you do is you go, ooh, ah, and then you find someone else to share it with. You say, come here, check this out. You want to draw others into that experience of beauty. And we saw yesterday that God's perichoresis is that source of life. It's that source, it's that experience of beauty. And when we experience that, the most natural thing in the world is to go and to invite others to come in, come and see. In fact, that's exactly what happens in John's gospel at the very beginning. After Jesus is baptized, Andrew, who's one of the first ones to discover Jesus, goes to find his brother Peter, and he goes in, he says, our Lord has come. Maranatha, come and see. Joy is contagious like that. And you see that happen 3 other times early in the Gospel of John. And we should see it happen in the same way in our lives. When God works in us, we can't help but be filled with joy from being close to God like that, joy for moving in harmony with God. And there's just nothing more enjoyable, I think, than to experience that with God. Now, I want you to put yourself in the feet of those shepherds as they ran to Jesus' manger side. Imagine the exhilaration that they felt. And then as they ran home from the manger, as dawn rose in the sky, to tell their family and friends. To be there with God as he's born in the manger. To be working with God. To be messengers, like those angels, messengers of God to their family and friends. Now, I'm sitting here in front of our pulpit. It's the Hamilton pulpit. It was dedicated in 1888 in memory of William Thompson when they had first built their brand new building. You can see it today on St. Paul's Street in Hamilton. Beautiful little brick structure. The first place that Episcopalians had of their own to worship in the Loudoun Valley. This pulpit is a place of proclamation around which we gather week after week to hear the good news preached. And you all think of me as the messenger. But you know what? I think of you as messengers too. You have your pulpit too, just like the shepherds did, spreading the word of glad tidings of great joy to your family and your friends, to your village, your neighborhood, the places where you work and go to school. Your job is to bear witness to God's action in your life, to spread the good news. Every Sunday, you and I are sent out of this place to preach it in a weary year. So friends, that means you got to take time to be alert to what God is doing in your life, to notice how he is filling your half-full glass day by day, to see what he's doing, and then to build up the boldness to tell others. Here's a little example. 2020, hard year, yes? Yes. So hard that our regular income was down almost $100,000 here at the church. But you know what, folks? God has provided. between unanticipated sources of income and cost reductions, we ended the year almost to the dollar where we needed to be. It's a miracle. And that was good news for us on Tuesday night as the vestry gathered amid the hard cuts that we are making in our very conservative budget for 2021. We made deep salary reductions, and every single one of the dedicated staff of St. Peter's is feeling it sharply. But we did so confident of God's provision in 2021 to match his miraculous provision in 2020. And you're going to receive a little email from me in the day ahead asking you if you can make a final gift, year-end gift, if you're able to St. Peter's to give us a strong start into 2021 to restoring those cuts, to being the provision of God for the people of this parish, the people that we serve around Percival and to the ends of the earth. Dear folks, our Lord has come. Maranatha.